good evening. I look, every time I come and I start one of these vlogs, I swear to God I look the worst that I could possibly look. I've got a hair mask in. I went to Boots today, had a look through their hair masks and got one of the Garnier Superfoods one. I got the banana one. 'Cause my hair at the minute in need of TLC. I have got an appointment booked in at the end of this month, so hopefully we're on the road to recovery. I've also got like a dry on face mask thing, so I'm pretty much getting ready for bed. Hi, hello, welcome back to another weekly vlog. My name is Natasha. If you are new here, I am a newly single mum of one. I would love it if you would stick around, if you would like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Today is the 14th of February, ironically. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Men are trash. Men aren't trash, actually. Some men are. Some women are. It's 10 to 9, Saturday evening. We've just come back from my mum's. We had a Chinese at my mum's. Why are you over there? Which was delightful. I went to the gym this morning. I'm going to the gym tomorrow morning. Hopefully Mel's going to come tomorrow, so I won't be on my own. I did film today, but I filmed it for TikTok, so I'll leave my TikTok in the description box. Got a lot to fill you in on, boys and girls. The baking business is going delightfully. I did mention it in the last vlog. That does go live tomorrow. I'll also leave the Instagram handle for that down below. Baked by Tash on Instagram. I believe it's _baked by Tash, because Baked by Tash was taken. I'm loving it. I've had a lot of orders go out this past week. Obviously it's Valentine's, so I've had quite a few Valentine's boxes that go out. We have got Mother's Day and Easter coming up. So if you want to order, if you're local, if you're about, if you want to collect, I am over the next couple of weeks going to be working on some behind the scenes for that. I'm going to dip my toes in and I think I'm going to put myself out of my comfort zone. I'm going to contact a couple of different local businesses and see if they want some sample boxes, to see if they like it, if they would like to collab, work together, sell the products. I'm also going to take a look at markets, get myself out there on Saturdays, maybe Fridays, if markets are on Sundays. That'll be fun, that'll be exciting. I don't think there's anything else really to update you on. I went into Costa today, which is what you would have seen first thing in the vlog. Went into Costa and did a little bit of work on my personal training course that I'm currently doing. So that's exciting. Once I'm qualified, if you want to work with me as your personal trainer, then that'd be fun. I'm just going to have multiple Instagram. It's going to be like Trained by Tash, Baked by Tash. How ironic though, a personal trainer who has a baking business. Love that for me. I want to put a wash load on. I've got some flowers over here. It was very kindly bought for me, some roses. Just not Valentine's Day reason my auntie bought me them. And they, even though they're in water, they need taken out of the packaging, so I'm going to do that. And then depending on what time it is, I've got Logan tonight. He's going to his dad's first thing in the morning. I've said that he can stay in my bed because I missed him. I'm going to miss him for 3 days, so I'm going to sniff him all night. I might just go to bed after I've done those two things and get a good night's sleep. Nothing else to update you on, girls and gays. I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you for waiting. We know that you're waiting to speak to an agent, and we'll put Thank you for waiting. We know that you're waiting.
happy Monday. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new weekly vlog. Today is the 9th of Feb. It's flying. I've got a really itchy eye. Today is a new week. I'm in the office tomorrow. I'm going to the gym later. I'm going to the gym Wednesday. Somebody coming into my building. I get the vlog nerves. Today, I have got quite a bit of baking to do. I've got some Valentine's Day boxes that have been ordered that need to be done this week to take into the office tomorrow. They're people from work. I've got a couple of collections at the end of the week. I've already started baking. I am doing, they're not very red, but they're red velvet cookie bar bites that I'm going to put as part of the Valentine's Day boxes. I have started preparing my boxes. So I'm going to make muffins and I'm going to make brownies today to leave to cool to hopefully either be able to decorate later. Also, I'm ever so upset. I'm going tomorrow to get them fixed because I've literally not had them on a week. I think I'd had them on 3 days when both nails snapped. Going to try and get them boxes sorted in the fridge overnight to take with me tomorrow. I'm doing overtime tonight after work because I finish work early. I finish at 4:30 rather than 5. So I'm going to do a little bit of overtime because Mel can't get to the gym until like 7, 7:30. So that works out quite well. I've got nothing else to do. It's the first of the 3 days that Logan is going to his dad's. So I've got 3 days of filling my own cup. I am going to set you up here, I think. Watch me bake. Lucky people. This is going to be muffins. So I've already put, you can't see me. I do a, like, melt in the middle muffin. It's pretty much like a blondie recipe for the actual muffin. I do a melt in the middle centre, depending on what flavour is wanted, is what flavour I have in the middle, and then the topping on top. So I've got 5 Nutella ones, which are going to be Kinder flavour, and 5 Biscoff ones. So the centre is in the freezer. I'm going to make the muffins, divide them up between 10 cupcake cases, muffin cases, and then I'm going to move on to making the brownies. Hello, I'm back. It's a little bit later. I have made my brownies, but they are cooling. So I'm going to leave them there. And then my muffins are out of the oven, are cooled to a temperature I want. So I'm now going to top them. I am going to top them with actual Nutella. There is a particular person on Instagram and on TikTok where they say that it's a Nutella flavoured brownie or blondie or muffin and then they don't use Nutella. I'm all for saving money. Don't say it's something that it's not. Okay? That's my only gripe. So what I'm going to do is top the Nutella Kinder ones with Nutella. I'm going to top my Biscoff inspired ones with caramelized biscuit spread, but they are going to have real Biscoff on top. That's how people should be doing stuff. If we've got to disclaim that we're working with certain brands, I think that we should disclaim that we're not actually using things that we're trying to sell them based on. Okay. boxes, which you'll see me assemble later when my brownies are decorated. I've now finished doing all the decorating. I have already started assembling one of the boxes. So it's just one of these boxes that I have then stuck one of my business cards and stickers on. I'm just going to put a glove on because I do find that I just get bloody chocolate everywhere otherwise. And if I just turn around. So here there's 2 muffins and they're Kinder ones. Some red velvet brownie bites. I got some sweets, some marshmallows, some chocolate hearts. And I'm going to put 2 brownies in over here. I either do a small, a medium or a large Valentine's box. Obviously depending on what you pay for, depends on the size that you get in there. These are for 2 of my friends from work, so I've actually put a little bit more in than what I originally planned on doing for these are just small boxes. I think I'm going to let actually the brownies dry out. I will get the other box ready actually. These are just cupcake boxes, but I do find that they are the perfect size when it comes to fitting the muffins in. The muffins are obviously in muffin cases, so they are a little bit bigger. I've cut in half. I get the pre-cut sheets of baking paper, cut that up, fit it in there. Then on these orders, I've got Kinder muffins. So I'll put 1 either side. Then they've both got Oreo brownies, so they'll go in as well. And I literally, handful of mini marshmallows, of the red velvet brownie bites, Haribo heart throb. So these are just love hearts that you normally get in a Haribo, a couple of them. 2 packets of mini love hearts, chocolate hearts. That's how I'm decorating them. And then what I'll also do, take one of my business cards, stick the sticker sort of over half of it, and then just stick that on the front of my box. That's going to be it until I put the other brownies in. My mum doesn't know it yet, neither does my dad, but he's got her in order. She'll be buzzing. I hope she doesn't watch this because she'll realise that he hasn't actually planned to get her anything. It's just me doing all the work as per. You're welcome, Jane. This will put him in good books. A couple of red sprinkles as well. These are just sprinkles that I've got left over from Christmas, but I think using recycling. Put these ones back. These are not Oreos. They are Oreo dupes. I just think if somebody has paid for an Oreo cake, that they should have the proper Oreos. So that's them done. I'll now just wait until the brownies are dry. And I'll pop them in and then they're good to go tomorrow. Look at that gooey. It's literally so soft it's breaking. Hello. Good evening. Let me just pause this. Have just sat down to eat. I don't really know if you can even see it. It never looks that appetising. It's literally prawn, chorizo, mushrooms, onions, spaghetti with like a creamy tomato sauce that I just made with tomato puree, single cream, and then water from the spaghetti. I'm going to eat this so that this can settle. 6 o'clock now. I'm meeting Mel at the gym, but we're going to a different gym. We're going to a different leisure centre that is the same chain as our leisure centre here. That'll be in about an hour, so I'm hoping that this will settle by then. Once I've done this, I'm going to take Logan his Switch so that he can have that at his dad's for the 3 days that he's there. I'm going to post a Vinted parcel because I've sold some active wear. And then I'm going to go to the gym. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, I've looked better, haven't I? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, it's the 11th of February. I worked in the office yesterday, which is why I didn't vlog. And I'm working from home today. I look rough because, quite frankly, I can't be asked to get ready and I feel a bit shit, as you can tell with my voice. I got up this morning and I went to Asda really early because I think in the lead up to Valentine's Day, I want to do some taster testing Valentine's Day things with buttercream on. So I got some icing sugar, I got some butter, I got some cream, and I'm going to attempt to make buttercream for the first time. I also, when I came back, I've had a bedside table, also got my nails fixed, went yesterday, love her for being able to get me in then. I have had a bedside table sat in my hall for ages that I wanted to like upcycle, never got round to it. It's a really nice wood, but I was going to do it in like one of those hashtag TikTok DIY mum, French chic, sanded down colour. Never got round to it, it's just been sat basically as like a mini dumping ground in my hall. Moved that into Logan's room and replaced what was, I'll show you. I've basically changed it so that I've put my baking stuff on there. This is what used to be his bedside table. Here it is. But now, because I'm buying caster sugar by the 5 kilos, I've got chocolate chips 5 kilos worth. I've got flour, I've got sugar, I've got spreads, I've got all sorts. And I just thought that that was way more practical than like buying something. I thought, oh, I can just put it down. Let me sit down. It's very bright. I thought that that was a better use of storage, putting my baking stuff on when I've got a bedside table not doing anything. So I've moved the bedside table into Logan's room and I've moved those into my pantry for my baking stuff. So that's made me feel a little bit better because it was just like piling up on top of each other. Whilst I was in Asda, I picked up quite a bit of fruit and quite a bit of veg because I am not having enough. I think I'm anemic. So my dad, the man of all knowledge, told me purple sprouting broccoli. So I got some of that. I got some lettuce. I got some rocket. I've got some lemon because I'm going to start having lemon water. I got some avocados. I got some Jason sourdough. Am I a millennial? Gen Z? Whoever it is. In fairness, the ingredients in it is incredible. It's literally just like flour and water and salt. Oh, that's my tummy. So I'm going to have avocado on toast for breakfast. I've got my coffee. I'm set up at work. I've got my second load of washing on because I've washed some bedding. I have got pots piling up behind me, so that's another job for today. Once I've finished work, I'm going to go to the gym, hoping that Mel comes with me. I can only assume if she doesn't that she wants me to die. And then I'm going to my mum's for tea. She's cooking me steak. What dream? So, crack on with work. I'll see you in a little bit. Love, I've just got you sat on top of some butter. Come back, I'm just about to have some breakfast. I'm really on the avo toast hype. So, I'm making that. I'm going to do a little bit of editing. I'm going to do some more of my PT work. Whilst I'm doing those. This was a really sad avocado, so there's not a lot of it. Whilst I'm doing those, I'm going to roast a whole chicken. Got my bird. I'm going to roast a whole chicken and I'm going to see how many meals I can get from it. I think I'm going to get 4 now that I'm on my own. I've not got Logan for the next 3 days. I feel like it's just... I love avocado. It's just a good way of saving a bit of money. So I'm going to just chuck her in this dish. I've got my dish here. This is it's a really fancy dish. It's so heavy. Something green? I don't know where it's from. It's lovely. My mum got it for me like a couple of Christmases ago and it's just perfect size for a large bird. I'll chuck her in there. Put a bit of oil. Oil or butter? I'm going to put a bit of butter on her. Bit of butter. And a bit of seasoning. I'm just going to put salt, pepper, garlic. And then I'm going to put her in the oven. 200 degrees for as long as I see fit. Don't really put it in for a specific time. I think you are meant to, obviously. I don't, obviously. Honestly, I'm so hungry. I've not really got a lot planned today, which is nice. Dropped Logan off at his dad's this morning, so he's gone. See you in 3 days, back. Tell me you're a mum without telling me you're a mum when you have to close your legs when you sneeze. Check in with you later when the bird comes out.
Usually if you are looking for your adulting machine or you're looking for but it's set up one way, normally you can do both on the same machine, so just check.
Hello, that's my chicken done. I did end up putting it back in for a little bit because you can see, I love a crispy skin. I've got a couple of orders that are going out tomorrow. I like to bake my brownies, my muffins, my cakes. I like to bake them the day before so that they have a good amount of time to cool before I decorate them. So tomorrow I've got some muffins going out and brownies, Kit Kat flavour, mini egg flavour and Mars bar flavour. So I'm going to make them now. just come out on my little menty bee, little silly little mental health walk. I've come round a lake I usually come round. Now I'm listening to a Roxy Nafusi podcast. I've always listened to it. It's called Rise with Roxy. I originally listened to it to listen to her, but she's recently started having more guests on every other week. And the one that I'm currently listening to on the walk is the one that's got Dr. Judith Joseph on. Never heard of her before, and it's basically like, I think the episode is called like How to Experience Joy. So she's a qualified like psychiatrist, and she basically specialises and was the first person to be able to diagnose like functioning depression. And honestly, I'm listening to her explain like what somebody with functioning depression acts like. I just feel like it's me. Making me laugh that she's like, oh, people like, there's a difference between burnout, because burnout is when you're at work, but actual depression is when you take it away from work as well. So as much as I thrive when like I'm off work and stuff, she was then mentioning about how people that have like functioning depression often like really dive into things like side hustles, and I was like, shit, that's me. But I would highly recommend listening to Roxy's podcast. I've loved it for a couple of years. I went through a really bad spell sort of at the end of 2024 and had to have time off work, and I do genuinely believe that between her and Francesca Amber's podcast that they saved me. The law of attraction saved my life, quite frankly. God, the puddles here. I'm walking for 40 minutes. I've taken the long way round, like I said, around a lake near me to go to my mum's, and then I'll walk back home. I feel so out of breath. I'm so unfit when it comes to walking. Cardio is just it's not me. Look how peaceful. It's just so nice. Hello. Well, a little bit later on, been for my little menty bee walk. I'm now gonna, I'm still warm, thanks to the second batch I got out. I've got my brownies that I made earlier, and I've got my muffins that I made earlier. I've also got in the background, honestly I'm obsessed, Olivia Atwood, that Getting Filthy Bridge, whatever it's called. I'm obsessed. Actually obsessed. I don't know if I'm just a different breed, but I just think like, go get them. Go get that coin. So, and then one of his fans will find it, buy it, I don't really know. I've got my muffins. They are going to have chocolate hazelnut topping, and then there is going to be 2 of each flavour. So 2 Kit Kat, 2 mini eggs, 2 Mars bar. And then I have got 3 that are just plain, that don't have anything in the middle. Put my little glovey gloves on to do this, because I'm going to be touching like the raw final cooked product. I think I'm going to cut the Kit Kat and cut the Mars bar up and put it on top. I'm hoping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need 2 mini eggs, so that's 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Oh, worried I'm not going off then. Great, love that for me. I'll put a business card on top and I'll attach it with one of my stickers, which is what I attached to the bottom. That's just baking paper. So yeah, that's an order nearly done.